especially with Jay, because, you know, Jay will take you back to his youth, you know, as being a rock hound for a long, long time. Well, definitely worked with a lot of Spiny Oyster.
I never was, when I first started designing, I was never a hippie. Okay, so, but
you say I was never a hippie?
I never was a hippie. I grew up in that generation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was more a cosmic cowboy. So,
but you had the van.
No, I had the van. I had the cowboy boots,
long
blue
hair,
jeans. My hair was extremely long. And when you look at pictures of me, people go, well, you don't have long hair, because I always wore the cowboy hat, but I had a ponytail. So, you know, like, but back in the day, and that's, you know, that's when actually, those days, every time I work with Spiny Oyster,
it brings you back. I love it.
Every single time I work with Spiny Oyster, it's like going back in a time machine. And, you know, like all the different things, I get flashbacks, some good, some not so good, of things that we did during that time. And, you know, when I first found Spiny Oyster, you know, we were college students, we were college kids. We used to go down to Guaymas and San Carlos in Mexico. I had a friend that had this old Volkswagen van. So the four of us, now you have to understand, most of us have really super long hair. We take our dive equipment, we go down there, we camp out on the beach. You can't even do that anymore. We used to actually go with nothing. I mean, we depended on what we gathered. We take our spear guns and we would spear our dinner. We would dive. The only time we went into town was to refill our tanks and to either buy beer or to buy like shrimp or something like that, or trade, you know, what we've gotten. Like me, we would get fish and we would trade the locals for shrimp. I mean, it was a lot of fun. There's so many memories. But one of the things that we ran into at that time, this was what I'm showing you right here. And this is, actually, you can still see some of the mud on this and everything. This is how it comes to us. This is Spiny Oyster, and I guarantee you these spines will draw blood. It's Spiny Oyster, and then what you do is you grind that off, and you get
it's so pretty.
The color, right? You can always tell by the lip. This is a natural oyster. You could actually find pearls in them too. I mean, it's very, very rare. It comes in 3 colors. It comes in orange, which is the primary color. It comes in a red, and then it comes in a purple, which is extremely rare. Less than 5% of the shell material you'll ever see is in the purple color. So if you can ever buy purple spiny, it's extremely, extremely rare.
We're counting backwards. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I know it's going to sell out. So okay, well, anyway, but yes, keep going.
This, you know, with this shell though, there used to be piles of it on the beach. We would put this in gunny sacks. We would put it in the van. If you did this today, you would go to jail. Yeah. I mean, literally, you would go to jail. We're 20 years old, and at that time, when you would find these piles on the beach, the locals would harvest the oyster, and they were harvesting the meat in the oyster. The oyster is an oyster, it's delicious. It's actually a it's a natural oyster. And so they had no use for the shell at all. It was a waste product. So we would haul it back, and we would make designs exactly like this. Shells, yeah. Although we didn't have the really nice turquoise.
No, and that's genuine turquoise in here too.
This is Azure Peaks. Here again, this is the later, you can tell, the later material that was harvested because it's more of the blue color, right? So that's the later material that we actually got out of that mine. You can't even buy that turquoise right now. But these are the kind of organic looks that we started doing. We really liked it. It really caught on. But these are just fun. They're never ending as far as time. You know, and if you're a guy, I wore something very similar like this for over 10 years. That very, very similar to this look. And this is all cut from the natural shell. You've got orange and red in here, and then you've got that beautiful Mongolian Azure Peaks turquoise at a literal
crazy
stupid. I mean, if I told you what the sterling silver binding, the enhancer chain, that 2 3/4 inch enhancer chain, if I told you what that costs, we make those and we manufacture them. We make 10,000 units at a time. We just made, about a month ago, I made another 10,000 units, which will use up more rapidly than you can imagine. At the new silver price, I tell you what, when our sheet came in, like our manufacturing sheet,
costs.
I thought somebody has made a horrible accident here. It's really, there's a mistake. And it's not. I mean, the material costs have gone up that much.
That's just for the finding.
Just for the finding, nothing else that you're doing. And again, these are all cut. That's why I bring the spiny, I bring things to show you that these are cut from a natural raw material. In this case, an oyster shell.
They hurt. I've actually gotten.
You know what? I've drawn, having these, I brought one day.
No,
I brought all
from
three
yours.
colors,
Yeah.
And I've actually put my hand down and they will draw blood.
Here's the scoop, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we will not repeat this value. It's $59.98. I believe with FlexPay, yeah, you're getting this home. This is how this works. At $20, whenever your next billing statement is. That means we're shipping this right out to you in the next couple of days. So you'll receive it in the next probably 5 to 7 days or maybe even before then. But you always have, even at these clearance prices, a 30-day money-back guarantee. This will not be repeated. It's definitely an example you're at the right place at the right time, especially right now. I mean, I'm wearing something light, like almost a chambray color or denim. It goes beautifully. Going into the summertime, this is that necklace you were gonna pull out every single day. It becomes like that fun color, that burst of color, but it just happens to be all natural. It just happens that you're spending costume jewelry pricing right now on something that is unheard of. I mean, really, truly, Spiny Oyster, you see what it takes, so you make the individual shells, and then Azure peaks, which it's not even
You have a bit,
producing,
it hasn't
right?
been available for years now. So you're getting materials, and here again on this, not to beat it to death, but I'm just telling you, as the person who actually makes this from scratch, right, that we actually make this, okay, it's manufactured. As much as I would love to be able to make this and sell it to you at the price that they're currently selling this at, it is impossible. That's not reality. You would not be able to do that. If I did do that, then I wouldn't be sitting next to beautiful Lynn here because I wouldn't be in business,
you would not
right? So I'm just telling you, it's not reality. It's also, if you read the customer reviews, it's not because people didn't like the design. It's that on these, what they've got just a certain amount left. They have to clear it out to make room for all the new products that we have coming in. And so they're making a sacrifice and they're giving you just an incredible value. But I could not manufacture this and sell it to you at that price.
With everyone in the ordering process, we're almost completely sold out, so I'll keep you updated there. Also want to mention, speaking of different organic looks, this is also Spiny Oyster and beautiful shells. This is